America. Did you miss me? I have another lesson for you.
Is your money dirty money?
If you live,
I just asked a question. Is your money dirty money?
No, it's not. So, in fact,
why is it not dirty money?
Because I earned it. A heart.
But you earned it.
I earned it.
We went back to this before. You earned
Yes.
it. You earned it, advising the worst people in the world, right? That do enormous bad things, and just to make more money.
So, instead of asking me the question, should you take the money? Because I think it's a legitimate question.
You think it's a legitimate question?
Yes, no question. Because I think ethics is always a complicated subject, but I can tell you that with the money I gave to help try to eradicate polio in Pakistan and India, instead of asking me whether that money should be given to these children for vaccines, I think you might want to ask their mothers who received the vaccine, who know their child now won't get polio, and ask them if Epstein should have helped these people. If we walked in, you're a mathematician. You're a mathematician. If we walked into that clinic where they're giving that money out to these people that are in the most dire straits of poverty and sickness, and told them that the money was coming from a, class 3 sexual predator? Tier 1.
Tier 1's the highest and worst?
No, I'm the lowest. I'm the lowest.
You're the lowest. Okay, Tier 1, you're the lowest. But a criminal.
Yes.
That the money came from them. What percentage of people do you estimate? I understand you don't like probabilities. Do you estimate would say, I don't care, I want the money for my children?
I would say everyone said, I want the money for my children.
Did they know where the money came from?
I think if you told them, if I told them the devil,
100%.
The devil himself said, I'm going to exchange some dollars for your child's life.
Do you think you're the devil himself?
No, but I do have a good mirror. No, but I do have a good mirror.
It's a serious question.
Sorry.
Do you think you're the devil himself?
I don't know. Why would you say that?
Listen here, you beautiful bitch. I'm about to fuck you up with some truth.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Did you give birth to infants who were sacrificed?
My first two.
Were sacrificed?
Were sacrificed.
They claim to be breeders, forced by covens to bear children, both as a way for the cults to get new members and to find fresh victims for ritual murder. Jackie tells us she was able to escape her satanic cult. Today she helps other women, like Donna, who are trying to break free.
You killed your babies?
Take the skin off.
Do you feel remorse? Have you told the police?
I had to do what I had to do, or I'd be killed like the babies that they made me watch killed, and that they put in my hand. They said, "Obey, or this is you."
Jackie, you have some pictures drawn during the therapy sessions by the people who've been through this. Why don't you show me some of them?
This picture is a person remembering skinning children and babies and hanging it out to dry. And children, skinning them, taking the skin off alive while they are alive, and skin them until they die.
And that's how your babies died?
He took a little patch about 3 by 4 off of her stomach, skinned her, and said, we'll skin you all the way if you talk or cry.
The children you're about to meet were born into it. They say their parents forced them to witness bloody rituals, and even they say to participate in ritual murder. Now in the safe haven of a concerned foster family, the children are haunted by their personal nightmares.
My dad was involved in a lot of it. Okay, he's like one of the main guys. He's a leader or something. He made us have sex with him and with other guys, and he's done it with other people. I don't know, I just don't like him.
Tell us what else besides having sex with him and the other guys that made you do.
Kill kids and be there and involved in everything else that happened. And I had to be there. And if I didn't, he threatened you like, you're going to be killed, or people aren't going to believe you if you tell anybody. Or I'll find you, you know. So he said there's no way out and you must do it.
I don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to kill anybody. Or hurt anybody.
She was made to take a gun and put it up to someone's head. It was another child, and pull the trigger. We found out she had been defecated on, that it was smeared all over her body and put in her mouth. My children have talked about all of those things and worse. They've talked about having to kill other children.
How many babies did you say they had that night?
They only had one that I had to kill.
Mm-hmm.
And then they made me skin it. And then after that, they made me get on the table, and then they sodomized me.
Mm-hmm.
And then they peed on me.
Would you like to see it? Come this way, Alex.
Story of God's perfect servant, Job. Of all God's soldiers, Job, he was the most loyal. God murdered all 10 of his children in cold blood. Scorched every inch of Job's land, lashed at his body till his skin was covered in bloody welts. God rained shit and misery on the life of his most perfect servant, and still Job would not curse him.
President Trump is mentioned more than 1,000 times in the newly released documents reflecting a long-standing social and business connection between the two men. Previous document releases indicated Trump was listed as a passenger on Epstein's jet 8 times between 1993 and 1998. And now, the newly released documents include claims about Donald Trump. The White House, responding to the Miami Herald, referred to a statement on the DOJ website denying any credibility in the accusations against the president.
That's why it's so exciting now, because I think certain people are starting to realize that there's so many things that are unexplainable that we have to think about them differently. Music is a great example. It's a common man's example. You know, when you hear a certain song, it makes you feel a certain way. How does it do that? We don't know. We can't mathematize it. And even that music, Steve, nowadays we compress music. When you have a violin, it's compressed onto your iPhone. So what does compression mean? I'm taking lots of information and I'm cutting it into lots of pieces and squishing it together. And when I squish it or compress it, I have to take out lots of pieces, but I say that they're not very important pieces. It's those pieces that we take out when we compress data, to me, are the most interesting parts of life.
Two doctors have provided medical evidence that from a very early age, this boy has been repeatedly abused.
That's the baby right there.
Right here?
Uh-huh, it came out of her already.
What'd they do to the baby?
Then David took it and kept throwing it against the wall, and he killed it, and he took it in the house.
No, you saw that?
Yeah.
These are pictures that can chill a parent's soul. They're a symptom that something dreadful, unspeakable has happened to the child. In this case, it's an 8-year-old boy from Grenada, Mississippi.
They took us in an old caboose. And they had these things they called Spains.
Spains?
Yes, Spains. They stuck it up my butt.
Who stuck it?
David.
Your dad?
Uh-huh. Ow, did it hurt.
His mother goes further. She claims the sexual abuse happened as part of a satanic ritual.
Do you allege your husband was part of a satanic cult?
I allege that he was the high priest of a satanic cult.
David, the boy's father, has never been formally charged. He's now in hiding. Now, incest is certainly not new, but apparently more and more of it is taking on the dark overtones of Satan.
That's why they show you the symbolism in your face. Everywhere you go, every major city has all the same symbolism. Because they know people are ignorant and illiterate to occult symbolism. They'll teach you any language you wish in university and schools, but they'll never teach you the language of Masonic and occult symbolism. When humanity learns the language of occult symbolism, the great veil will be removed from the eyes of men, and the world will become a different place.
Video editing is officially a waste of time.
What the fuck are we doing here? Seriously.
And the kids were not always enthusiastic about the food that they were being served, so they were always trying to call for pizzas. And you can't order a pizza to the White House.
Would love you to come over for pizza, bud.
How was the pizza? Was it good?
Oh, what?
Did he make it himself?
Amal's pizza was better than Clooney's. They both made, everybody made a certain kind of pizza.
There's no pizza we didn't love.
What's your favorite thing to eat in Chicago? I didn't really, everyone said I should eat pizza. I was like, well, no, I don't want to. And then, because I just didn't want to. I just didn't want to.
I don't want to do it. 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 Neither do I, Greg.
Oh my God, Josh, can I try and
Tom? What exactly was your cut? Just called me soy boy 12 times removed.
I'm out of control when I'm crushing on you. She don't tell me no when I'm touching on her. H-Town nigga love with her.
But I need to take a step back because you just said something crazy. What do you mean, why would you want to eat pizza? I don't know, why get up in the morning? Why look at the sun?
But the Pizzagate conspiracy wasn't just left to grow on its own.
People in MAGA world were very happy to feed that fire.
This is tied into Podesta with thousands of emails.
QAnon, a lot of this stuff these guys have been talking about comes out to be true.
Pizzagate, as it's called, is a rabbit hole that is horrifying to go down.
Yeah, I think if people thought anytime someone mentioned pizza, they were talking about having sex with kids, yeah, that would actually be terrifying because it's the most popular food in the country. But you know what this shit does? It trivializes and tries to politicize what is an actual real f***ing problem in this country and this world. And has now put those same influencers in the position to back away from this in present time with far more explicit evidence.
They brought me my piece of pizza. I took a bite. I couldn't fucking believe it. Best pizza I've ever had in my life.
Tom Hanks was just beyond nice. You know, when we were filming Cloud Atlas, he would put on a Sunday movie night at his house every single Sunday. And he would invite the cast and the crew, and we would all go and kick it back at his house, watch a movie, and he'd order a load of pizzas. You know.
Hold on. Anyone wants pizza?
And the craziest fake news of all is something called Pizzagate. People actually believe a conspiracy theory that Hillary Clinton and her former campaign manager, John Podesta, ran a child sex ring at a pizzeria in D.C. This is a lie. This is a lie. We all know the only people who are trapped in a pizza place are those robots at Chuck E. Cheese. I've seen Westworld. One day they're going to rise up and kill us all. Now, according to the folks with the spider eggs hatching in their brains, Clinton and Podesta have a series of smuggling tunnels that connect to the basement of this pizzeria. But police refuse to investigate the basement crime scene on the flimsy excuse that the pizzeria does not have a basement. That's how deep this goes. Ground level. So where did this conspiracy theory start? Apparently, some alt-right folks were combing through Clinton campaign emails hacked by Russia and published by WikiLeaks and noticed there seems to be more references to pizza and pizzerias than they had expected, which can only mean one thing: secret sex ring. A lot of uninformed, gullible people fell for the Clinton-Podesta sex ring theory. People like Trump's pick for National Security Advisor, Michael Flynn, who tweeted out a link writing, "New Hillary emails, money laundering, sex crimes with children, etc. must read," introducing it, "You decide." Okay, then I decide a guy who spreads this bull shouldn't be in charge of national security.
And that's how you'll get over it. Take my love for some down. You said you couldn't help it. Had everything that you wanted.
And the world face much greater risks than it did ever before because of missiles, because of nuclear, because of weapons of warfare that I can't even talk about. 2 weeks ago, they saw weapons that nobody ever heard of. They weren't able to fire one shot at us. They said, "What happened?" Everything was discombobulated. They said, "We've got him in our sights. Press the trigger," and nothing happened.
Well, that's an easy answer. You go to the companies that specialize in PSYOPs and in the development of directed energy weapons, because that is who they use.
Well, first and foremost, ARA has been a leader in technology and good engineering and good science. In explosive research and penetration dynamics, we are the go-to company.
A wave of extreme heat that comes from nowhere. It's one of the U.S. military's newest non-lethal weapons, an electromagnetic beam that emits an odorless, invisible, and silent blast of heat.
This is a military area. Move away from the perimeter. I say again, this is a military area. Move away from the perimeter.
Their new active denial system boasts a reach far beyond any other non-lethal system.
Well, it's a versatile system, and it has a range of non-lethal capability that we can't even come close to with any of our fielded systems today that are in our military forces.
About 7 football fields, to give it some perspective.
It felt like opening up an oven door, almost mixed with a sting from about my sternum to my neck. So like you started to really feel it on my neck before I had to kind of instinctually jump out of the way.
This weapon, under development for 15 years, has yet to be used in the field. The technology has attracted safety concerns, though the U.S. military says the rays do not penetrate the skin and pose no health risk.
So you asked the big question. Sorry.
You talk about the life. What about human life?
What about it?
Tell me what do you think? What do you think human life is?
It's a miracle. It's a miracle. And when I say miracle, I can't explain it, and I make no attempt to explain it at the moment. We don't know how to think about it. And anyone, again, another one of the Feynman quotes when he was talking about quantum physics. He said, anyone, Jeffrey, who says they understand quantum physics and quantum mechanics and quantum behavior, you know they're lying.
Video editing is officially a waste of time.
Flow is often described as a state of kind of effortless effort. Everything else just seems to disappear.
I see you obsessed getting each and every move perfectly right, but I never see you lose yourself.
Be formless, shapeless. Yeah. Now water can create, or can
I will not be blackmailed by some ineffectual, privileged, effete, soft penis debutante. You want to start a street fight with me, bring it on, but you're going to be surprised by how ugly it gets. You don't even know my real name.
Who the fuck is that?
I'm the Lizard King.
I'm gonna go.
Okay. Do you think Jeffrey Epstein was a spy?
I believe very strongly he was a spy, yes.
And who do you think he was working for?
The Israelis. I'm confident it was the Israelis.
Why?
Jeffrey Epstein is kind of the stereotypical example that they give you in training for what's called an access agent. This is a different kind of recruit. So, for example, if you're a foreign intelligence service and you want information, like close-in information from a former president, from the CEO of the biggest company in the world, from a member of the British royal family, you're not going to recruit these guys. You're not going to recruit Bill Clinton or Bill Gates or Prince Andrew. So you do the next best thing. You recruit somebody who has regular access to them. And that person that you recruit is going to need to make these people feel comfortable and appreciated.
Because I think certain people are starting to realize that there's so many things that are unexplainable that we have to think about them differently.
I don't want to do it.
You have had months to prepare for this upcoming event. I don't give a damn if this is outside of decorum. People are dying on our streets.
I've seen the footage. The only thing you really fight for is yourself. You're not the guy to make the sacrifice play, to lay down on a wire and let the other guy crawl over you.
I think I would just cut the wire.
Always a way out.
I guess I'll just kill myself, never mind.
Well, you're not a good man, Arthur, but you're not all bad either. Everything will be... Your journey, your path will be just fine.
What am I gonna do now?
Be grateful that for the first time, you see your life clearly.
I guess I'm afraid.
There is nothing to be afraid of, Mr. Morgan. Take a gamble that love exists and do a loving act. Oh, you're a good man.
You're a good man, Arthur Morgan. Good man.
And all you can do now is decide the man you want to be for the time you have left.
Oh, Arthur, there's a good man within you, Arthur. But he is wrestling with a giant.
Face me to the west so I can watch the setting sun. Remember all the fine times we had that way.
All right, if you hated school growing up, this one's for you.
All right, so school is not neutral. It isn't. School is it's the first institution that tells a child what they are allowed to be. And if you want to understand the story of ADHD, you have to understand this first. The school system came first. The diagnosis came later. They built a structure based on obedience, sitting still, and quiet compliance. Then they created a medical category for children who could not conform to that structure. So this is not a medical story, this is a system story.
Advanced delusionary schizophrenia with involuntary narcissistic rage. I have to take a pill every 6 hours or I feel funny. No big deal.
I don't understand why you have to pay to live on a planet you were born on. And then, I mean, it's such a simple question, and it's haunted me ever since. And you know what, ladies and gentlemen? Ask yourself that question. Why do we have to pay to live on a planet we were born on? And who are we actually paying for the privilege of being alive here? Who made them the boss? Who put them in charge? Think about that. We're looking at a war over water, when instead of feeding the military-industrial complex, we could be building desalination plants all over the world so everybody could have water, so they could grow crops. But are we doing it? Hell no. Why would we want to do that? Why would we want to empower people to grow food and take care of themselves? Then we can't control them.
And I am more willing to risk imprisonment or any other negative outcome personally than I am willing to risk the curtailment of my intellectual freedom and that of those around me whom I care for equally as I do for myself. And again, that's not to say that I'm self-sacrificing, because it gives me, I feel good in my human experience to know that I can contribute to the good of others.
You Jew niggas is not gonna treat me like I'm some kind of summer camp training nigga to hype these niggas up.
You pissed me off! What was I supposed to do? Take it like a man? Christ, I gave you everything I got! I gave you more than anybody's ever given you. And what do I get in exchange? A little thank you, a little gratitude. I'll tell you what I get. I get screwed!
Oh, cut the crap, okay? Just tell me, what do you want from us?
I want somebody to sell these shirts! That's what I want! I want somebody to pay a little attention to me. I want a little respect. I want somebody to take care of me for a change. Huh? How about that?
Why can't we just treat each other as human beings? To me, when I hear it from a white person, it means, why can't we all just pretend to be white people? I'll pretend you're a white person, and then you can pretend to be white. Why don't you eat what I eat? Why don't you drink what I drink? Why don't you think like I think? Why don't you feel like I feel? God damn it, I'm so sick and goddamn tired of hearing about that. I'm sick of that. That's what it means to be human being to me. That's what it means to be white. That's what it means to be American. Why don't you come the hell over here? That's what I hear every goddamn day. And you know that I can't come over there. You know that this skin and that this hair and that this way that I talk and that I think and I feel will never, ever get included, because I'm unpalatable to this goddamn nation. I'm unpalatable. You cannot swallow me. You cannot taste me. You cannot feel me because you don't want to. You think that you can survive without me, but you can't, man. You think that, hey, it'll all be fine when we just treat each other like human beings. And what that says to me is, don't be yourself. Be like me. Keep me comfortable. Connect where I'm ready to connect. Come out to my place. Or maybe I'll come down and get some artifacts from your place. That is bullshit.
I want to be found and restored to some state of being I've never known before. I want someone to come and wrap an arm around me and whisper in my ear, I see the real you.
Computers are supposed to make life easier, but what they didn't tell you is that life does not get easier right away. For many newcomers, PC stands for pain and confusion.
Jamie Gold is about to buy her first computer. She hardly knows where to start.
How do I turn this one on?
Home PC sales are now exceeding business sales, up 25% last year and still accelerating. Jamie Gold spent $2,800 buying into the sales pitch that computers are now easy to use.
This is the world's easiest personal computer.
I don't know which the interface cable is. What the hell is a power module? I'm not dumb. Hold on. There's nothing that looks like this. I don't hear it.
Jamie is gridlocked with plenty of company.
It's printing way too large, and I don't know why.
For years, phone and help centers were used by technically inclined users. Now, 80% of IBM's calls come from so-called newbies. Many callers expressed dismay that cyberspace seems more like the Twilight Zone. A lot of new buyers are motivated by the uneasy feeling that they are falling behind in the information age. In one survey, half of new users said they were ready to throw their computers out the window out of sheer frustration.
I have no idea what this disk drive is. No idea.
No wonder the book series Computers for Dummies has sold 18 million copies. By 1998, half of American households will have computers. Jamie Gold swears she'll have crossed the Great Divide by then.
How the hell do you do this?
Swears a lot, in fact.
Strangers can kidnap you or hurt you. If someone in a uniform walked up to you on the street and said, "Come with me," what would you do?
I do coke so I can work longer. So I can earn more. So I can do more coke. So I can work longer. So I can earn more. So I can do more coke. So I can work longer. So I can earn more. So I can do more coke. So I can work longer. So I can earn more. So I can do more coke. So I can work longer. So I can earn more. So I can...
Always chasing rainbows, waiting for a little bluebird in vain.
How many 33rd degree Freemasons do you actually know?
And then one where you're standing against the wickedness of the devil.
The wickedness of the devil.
Mary, the mother of Jesus, standing at the foot of the cross. At the foot
of the cross.
She just watched the most unjust violence take place against the love of her life, love of our life. When you trust in the Lord, you have no idea what you can bear until you're tried.
What you can bear until you're tried.
You can deeply feel it. Because the Lord's going to use your marriage in ways that will blow your mind.
You just see his neck just like open up and there's just like so much blood.
Question.
Everything.
Everything.
And that is the mindset we haven't had in a long time. If you start to question everything, you start thinking on the level of first principles. Because if you don't ask questions and you accept the word of somebody else or some other information as being truthful, you are no longer thinking.
Dear President Trump, I'm starting to regret my vote. What? Now?
I just want to say,
all my fellas. 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 All my fellas.
Well, I think it's pretty clear, Dr. Paul, that President Trump plans on attacking Iran. There's no question about it. Two things that we do know. One, this is a war of choice. Iran is not coming halfway around the world to threaten the United States. They don't have warships off of our coast. They don't have missiles pointed at the United States. They're not a threat to the United States. So it's a war of choice on the part of President Trump. He wants to do this war. The second thing that we know is that a lot of people will die, including a lot of Americans will die. There will be American soldiers killed if President Trump gets this war of choice against Iran. He has a choice not to do it, and American soldiers will not get killed, but he will not take that choice. He will do the choice. And he's desperately now searching, Dr. Paul, for some sort of a rationale to attack Iran, because they haven't attacked us and they haven't threatened us. There's no reason to attack them. So one of the things that he's doing is he's pulling out a page from the history of NATO. If you remember back in February of 1999, the Rambouillet agreements, and that's when President Clinton did the exact same thing with the Serbs. They got together at this castle in France, and they said, okay, here's what you must agree to in order for us not to bomb you. And President Clinton, or his people, presented the Serbians with something there's no way they could sign, because it was essentially a surrender. That's what Trump is trying to resurrect with Iran. And if you go to that first clip, this is from Anti-War, Kyle Anselon wrote it. Trump to Iran, agree to nuclear deal or the U.S. will attack. Now, it's not just a nuclear deal. What the President Trump is doing is demanding that they cease all nuclear enrichment, all of it, that they hand over everything that they have enriched to this point, that they give up the majority of their ballistic missiles, which they use to defend themselves against Israel, which has already attacked them, and finally that they cease support for their allies in the region. That's an agreement, Dr. Paul, that there's no way Iran could sign it. So President Trump is setting this up as a casus belli for the U.S. to attack Iran. It's all made up out of nowhere.
Horrible. So sad. The argument that we're going there for national security reasons, it's just after you describing the danger of doing this. This is a danger to our national security to get involved in this.
This war, again, is not a war that the United States needs to fight, but it is a fight that President Trump has willingly taken on to the benefit of Israel, because Netanyahu told him, we need you to defeat Iran for us because we don't like them. So President Trump, ironically, the America First President Trump and his MAGA followers are going to get Americans killed to the benefit of a foreign country.
I think there's another revolution coming. I tend to steer it along with the achievement of a broader peace. When history is within reach.
So what Israel is fighting here is not merely a seven-front war, but an eight-front war. It's called the Jews against Rome. Rome and Jerusalem clashed over values with a great tragedy for the Jewish people. Well, we lost that one. We have to win the next one. But the new Rome, the United States, Jews against Rome.
We stopped playing defense and have moved to offense.
The weapons change over time. You can't fight today with swords. That doesn't work very well.
But we need the kind of genius that manufactured Apollo gold pagers and infiltrated Hezbollah for over a decade to prepare for this battle.
But we have to fight with the weapons that apply to the battlefields in which we're engaged. And the most important ones are social media.
Because the next war will be decided based on how Israel and its allies perform online as much as offline.
This is the eighth front, the disinformation campaign.
It is actually this eighth front where our enemies believe they can actually defeat the Jewish state.
This is the kind of ingenuity and inventiveness that have always been a hallmark of the state of Israel, that have always been a characteristic of the Jewish people. I know we can do it.
A lot of this is done with money.
Invested billions and billions of dollars in the information battlefield.
Money of NGOs, vast. Money of governments, vaster.
We prohibit harmful stereotypes about Jewish people, such as claims that Jews control financial, political, or media institutions.
You're damn right we're going to cancel them and deplatform them.
We monitor them online, social media, messaging apps, video games, cryptocurrency,
Hitler admirers, Stalin admirers, Jew haters,
podcasts, short form video, Wikipedia, LLM.
American haters, Churchill haters.
We monitor these people and we share the intelligence with the FBI.
You think your stupid little podcast is going to change the world? Like hell it is.
Social media, this is the new battlefield.
You don't get to wrap your psychotic, mental, unhinged Nazi.
We do not allow Holocaust denial and distortion.
And the most important purchase that is going on right now is
TikTok.
TikTok. TikTok, number one.
For every 30 minutes that someone watches TikTok, they become 17% more anti-Semitic.
So you have TikTok just smashing our young people's brains all day long with video of carnage in Gaza.
And so we really have a TikTok problem.
Because anything that we try to say to them, they are hearing it through this wall of carnage, and I sound obscene.
Anti-Zionism is just Jew hatred.
We made a change.
We updated our policies
to designate the use of the term Zionist
to recognize that the term Zionist
as a proxy for a protected attribute
can be used as a proxy for Jews and Israelis
as hate speech.
Why can't Israel be doing some sort of, counterintelligence?
Right now, the ADL is co-writing Sunday school curriculum.
Information warfare like this.
It's building the technology to train the LLMs more effectively.
Like psychological operations in America.
As part of a robust framework to combat anti-Semitism, we have industry-leading policies designed with the safety of the Jewish community in mind.
You're right, we control the media. So what are you going to do about it? You're going to bitch on Twitter? Like, okay. Meanwhile, we're going to control more of the media.
And working with OpenAI, with Alphabet, with Anthropic, with Meta, with Microsoft, we are working with them now to train the LLMs.
We also have, I think, over 24 Jewish organizations that are constantly feeding us intelligence and information.
So number one, we measure and track. Number two, we monitor and disrupt. We have a whole apparatus. I have 40 analysts working full-time, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, monitoring extremists.
Monitoring campuses, digital networks, activist groups, and public officials.
We have several PhDs on staff. We have a network of academics and scholars we work with around the country.
I've talked to the leaders of AI in the world, and you ask yourself, there's so many blessings in this, but there could be a curse.
First thing a country needs to do is to unify all of their data so it can be consumed and used by the AI model.
We need to invest in intelligence to understand who are the anti-Semites, who's funding them, what's their plans, who are the leaders, and then once we have that, we can define who is an enemy we can attack.
You have to take all of your healthcare data, your diagnostic data, your genomic data. We have to take all of this data we have in our country and move it into a single, if you will, unified data platform.
Once we have all this information, we need to empower and mobilize an ecosystem of many organizations that we can incentivize them to work together, to share, and to fight against our common enemies.
Mobilizing millions of people, of allies that are quietly by our side.
Citizens will be on their best behavior because we're constantly recording and reporting everything that's going on.
Anti-Semites, most of these people running around, we're not going to win their hearts and minds because they don't have hearts and they don't have minds. So, how are we going to, there's no reason to think we're ever going to convince them, but we can deport them, we can put them in jail, we can make their lives miserable, we can cut off their funding.
You've got all these conspiracy theorists online going on and on and on about how, if you try and say anything, if you try and do anything against Jews, they're going to come after you.
We have featured more than 1,000 anti-Semites.
And they're going to destroy you and take away your business, and therefore you have to be really, really scared.
These Jew haters have faced real consequences, including firings, suspensions, and expulsions.
And it's kind of starting to become true.
We will shine a light on you that will follow you for the rest of your life. When you look for a job, when you look for a spouse, when you look for a nanny, when you look for anything.
And I love that. I love it.
We remove hate speech against Zionists when these harmful stereotypes about Jews are invoked.
In the past 12 months, ADO's filed more lawsuits than in the prior 112 years.
Over the weekend, I received concerning news that I was being sued for $5 million.
Vicious, communist, racist, Jew-hating, Israel-bashing monster.
Defendant frequently posts anti-Israel rhetoric accusing Israel of controlling the United States and its politicians.
We at the ZOA will fight these dangerous and monstrous lies with all of our hearts and souls. No appeasement, no conciliation, only a war against this racist hatred of the Jewish people.
When there is a war, it doesn't matter who your enemy is. You need to destroy their offspring to prevent them from creating more offspring.
What you try to do is you want to corral your victim, but in fact, your countries are the victim. So you dehumanize a group of people in human society, and you prepare them for the kill, for the butchery.
A government can do in 2 months more than any organization can do in its lifetime.
The J7 is comprised of the 7 largest diaspora communities. We meet every other week via Zoom to share information, to share best practices.
And we're running everything all the time, from focus groups to attitudinal surveys to randomized controlled trials to identify what interventions work most effectively.
Finally, we have meetings that are some off the record, some on the record with world leaders, in which we share our community's concerns and call for action.
The entire education system in this country, from K through 12 and colleges, must be reformed.
But it's time to limit the First Amendment in order to protect it.
The way we solve anti-Semitism is pretty goddamn simple.
Take control over what they are saying.
Send their ass to jail. It's not complicated.
And quickly before it's too late.
We're monitoring political Islamists and Christian nationalists, all of them. And then we train. We're the largest trainer of law enforcement in America, extremism and hate. We train 20,000 officers every year.
Try that again.
Because there's comments made online about the Jewish community.
We deeply value our partnership with law enforcement. We've been working with them literally since the FBI was founded in the 1930s.
Is that your account?
That guy who consistently calls for the death of all Palestinians, that can probably incite somebody to do something radical. That's all we're here to talk about, I would think, to refrain from posting things like that.
We are going to have a whole division within the office of the Special Envoy to combat anti-Semitism that is going to work on technology.
We must take all of our technological expertise and all of our available resources to develop methods to launch and win a significant counter-information campaign.
The products of our technical capacities and sometimes technical and intelligence genius, and we're happy to do it.
The office is going to be revamped entirely to be one of the highest profile offices in the State Department.
Because it's not working. Too many young people have never heard of the Holocaust.
The only solution right now is for the governments to decide that all the Jews are a protected minority. That means that the government will be obliged to provide the security.
Upgrades to security. Jewish community shouldn't have to be paying for it. But we have to pay for our own armed guards? Are you serious?
To fund institutions, culture, and that everybody in Europe will learn about the Jewish contribution and why they should cherish Jewish presence.
All your synagogues, all your shuls, all paid for. Everything that you need is paid for. I, for one, as a Jewish leader, will no longer talk about anti-Semitism in isolation from Israel. It's what we want immediately. If you ask any Jew, what do you want? What do you want? No more protests. No more protests.
I'm not an anti-Semite. I just don't like the government of Bibi Netanyahu. No, you're a Jew hater.
Would a group be banned if it accuses Israel of genocide or apartheid?
If those criteria are satisfied, then that is the case.
Any candidate running for a seat in this building, whether for Congress or Senate, we will target them as they target us. Accordingly, we will start a fund to help their opponents.
Beginning already in Q1, hedge funds get set up in Israel so we can become another capital of finance. I'll argue we will beat London within a short decade as the second capital of finance. It's going to be New York as a gateway to America, Hong Kong a gateway to China, Dubai a gateway to Southeast Asia, and Israel is a gateway to other parts of the world.
So we heard earlier about a mission, a goal to bring 1 million immigrants to Israel.
History has proven that when a country starts with allowing anti-Semitism, the results are not kind to that country.
I want to make a warning to somebody else, and that's American Gentiles. The minute your country is taken over by anti-Semitism, the minute you start to be a country that's not blessing Israel but cursing Israel, you have begun the process of shrinking away from your empire.
And you can decide, you can stay here in New York in a declining empire, or you can come to Israel, which is part of the rising middle of the world, which is moving south and east. That's what I encourage you to do.
Our faith in the American project itself has been shaken. The only serious answer to this challenge is to believe again that being Jewish is the most important thing in the world.
When we're kicked out of America and America, the whole thing is done, the whole American Jewish project is done, we're gonna be fine.
For decades, American society allowed Jews to live normal lives. This was a pleasant holiday from our destiny. The holiday is over.
The Western culture that stands against the Jews is going down. The West will survive only if it decides to love itself and if it decides to love us, the Jewish people.
The Jewish people are not normal. We never really were.
And now that Israel has turned the entire geopolitical situation on its head, our job in the diaspora is to leverage those wins and win here. Do to our enemies here what Israel did to its enemies there.
And to the world, I say this: history will not remember those who merely denounced hatred in polite language. History will remember those who acted.
This is a small bunch of wannabe Nazis. That's what they are.
Anti-Semitism is pure evil.
If we have to hunt you down the way they hunted down Nazis for decades, we will find your identities, we will find you, we will achieve justice.
I think we're at the cusp of a new age, because I think that we will achieve the expansion of peace. I think that we are in a new age because I think that the possibilities of technology, with their risks, especially in AI, but with their positive benefits, are enormous in every field. I mean, from agriculture to health to transportation and I think that we are together. We can lead this and become not a secondary power, but a primary power.
How serious, dying. The truth is in your hands. Survive or die.
I told him the devil,
100%.
the devil
himself.
The devil himself said, "I'm going to exchange some dollars for your child's life."
Do you think you're the devil himself?
No, but I do have a good mirror.
Someone's losing fucking ground here. But there's a reason. There's a reason. There's a reason for this.
So what does compression mean? I'm taking lots of information and I'm cutting it into lots of pieces and squishing it together.
Video editing is officially a waste of time.
And when I squish it or compress it, I have to take out lots of pieces, but I say that...
When are we going to start being honest about this problem? Simon has no interest in helping this family.
All he thinks about is himself. He spends his entire life goofing off and somehow getting encouragement by you to keep doing it. Goofing off? Who says goofing off? Come on, I don't know what else you would call dicking around auditioning for over a decade with no discernible change in your career.
Don't upset him.
Right. Don't upset him. Let's all just protect Simon's feelings.
Attention,
Dad
Eric.
spends his own mother's money on her birthday gift like he's 5 years old. And I'm the crazy one for treating my grown-ass brother like an adult.
You know how dangerous it is for me to do that in public.
It's those pieces that we take out when we compress data, to me, are the most interesting parts of life.
That's a very specific illicit desire to want underage people.
Well,
how do you even find out that someone's into that?
Well, I don't think that the majority or anything close to it of the women were, barely legal, so to speak. But and I know that there were cases of underage, but I think
most of it was just
very, very young, but not like
20-year-old
not
girls,
like 13
18-year-old girls.
type thing. Many of the clients are like in countries that don't necessarily have the same norms about that that we do. You can very easily see someone getting involved in that just because girls juice deals. I do think that girls juice deals, and the fact that he had the coolest parties on a private island with the hottest girls is something
brought
that
in
makes
a lot of intellectuals, stimulating conversation, scientists, all these very interesting people. So that was part of the thing, right?
Try hosting a cool party as a guy with a bad ratio, so to speak.
Sausage party.
With a sausage party, you become an important person to know in the network, because basically every male has a desire for attractive women, not saying underage, obviously, but that is like a universal biological desire for men to want to be around attractive women.
And what did they do for gay guys? And what did they do for gay guys?
I have no idea.
Again, the whole point is he's throwing these very attractive, cool parties to get all these people together.
But that's what juices deals.
Right.
I swear, if this guy says girls juice deals one more time, I'm going to throw up.
You piss me off! Think about it for just a second, what the of a child actually entails.
Because when you this age, you got to get it where you can get it. Am I right? Damn, woman, did you just pass wind?
You scared me.
No, you got to go wash that. Go on, clean that up. That's disgusting. No, wash good now.
All right, what's going on, everybody? So, Turning Point USA can send out all of the cease and desist letters that they want. They can host as many Christian Zionist events disguised as spreading the gospel as they want. The reality is, they are finished. Perhaps this is stating the obvious, since the dynamic, having that it factor personality founder, Charlie Kirk, was assassinated. It's very difficult, and I'm not even sure it's possible, for a political activist organization built around a one-in-one personality to survive long-term after losing someone like Charlie Kirk. Yes, they've been able to raise money in the wake of Charlie Kirk's death due to that emotional flood of empathy for Charlie and, yes, even Erica, at least initially. After all, this is a young mother who just lost her husband and provider. Everyone felt for her. That is, until she immediately took the reins as CEO of Turning Point USA and began steering it in the direction that Charlie was fighting tooth and nail to keep it from. You see, Charlie Kirk had incredible pattern recognition and his finger on the pulse of the people. A Charlie Kirk Turning Point USA was a powerful force and a voice for the people. And I'm going to show you a clip of Charlie Kirk that has really shaped my perspective on this assassination case. It's a clip that I'm constantly referring back to. We'll compare that to now Erica, who, after taking the reins of Turning Point USA, has decided to take it in a certain direction featuring, well, herself. And that's just not going to do it, as you're about to see. Finally, Candace Owens exposed something extremely disturbing that a donor said to Charlie Kirk before he died. We'll start with that and we'll go from there. I'm Zach Costello.
This is a real message. Andrew Kovac can confirm it's real. Erica Kirk can confirm it's real that Charlie Kirk received this. Let's read this, okay? All of the people that trusted you, Jews and Christians, including me, why would you platform anti-Semites like Candace and Tucker? There are many evangelical Christian Zionists who would never give these people the opportunity to spew their hatred. I'm one of them. You say people are accusing you of being an anti-Semite because you disagree with the Israeli government. Well, what is it exactly that you disagree with? You threatened Jews and Christians with your 30 million followers. Are you kidding? Be very careful, Charlie. You are in violation of the 9th commandment by bearing false witness against your brother Judah. When was the last time you read your Bible, Charlie? I'm coming to you as a believer. Genesis 12:3. Obadiah and many more prophets warn that those who curse Israel will be cursed. Your TPUSA Tampa event was a disaster. Michelle Bachmann was booed.
Welcome to the rice fields, motherfucker!
Pixelated pieces got me going insane. Replicate this moment from a million miles away. Waiting for the signal, baby, never make a sound. If you never hear from me, all the satellites are down. Yeah, they're all fucking down. Falling through the atmosphere right now. Baby, are you really down?
Chemistry is the study of matter, but I prefer to see it as the study of change. Now just think about this. Electrons, they change their energy levels. Molecules change their bonds. Elements, they combine and change into compounds. Well, that's all of life, right? I mean, it's the constant, it's the cycle, it's solution, dissolution, just over and over and over. It is growth, then decay, then transformation. It is fascinating.
Could this seriously get any worse? The guy who built an empire off the back of being this free-thinking spirit who is beholden to nobody is now clearly afraid to ask any questions that could implicate his billionaire buddies. Just take a look at how he decides to wrap up the episode with Greg Fitzsimmons as soon as Jamie pulls up an article about Peter Thiel's Palantir.
Palantir app ICE uses to find neighborhoods to raid. Yeah, so it is Palantir, at least for that.
Yeah, the article he had, it was blocked by a paywall. I was trying to get around.
Nuts.
Joe
All right,
Rogan
Gregory.
Experience can't afford to pay for. Is this it? We're wrapping it up?
Let's wrap this bitch up.
No.
It's 4 o'clock.
Can I name some dates?
What state did J.D. Vance come from? Ohio. J.D. Vance's son is named Vivek, after his law school colleague at Yale, Vivek Ramaswamy. Which state is Vivek Ramaswamy running for governor of? Ohio. J.D. Vance, at Peter Thiel's hedge fund, or rather at his venture capital firm, invested in Anduril. Where are they building Anduril's next factory? Ohio. Do you know what state Les Wexner was headquartered in? Ohio. Les Wexner allegedly hosted a fundraiser for J.D. Vance at his house, the same Senate campaign that Peter Thiel backed to the tune of $15 million. Peter Thiel and Jeffrey Epstein knew each other and were partners. Okay.
It's you tricked yourself into thinking that death is the worst thing that could happen to you. When in reality, it's slavery that's the worst thing that can happen to you.
So there's the state of being free and the state of being enslaved. Can there be a slave that consciously realizes that they're being enslaved and also consciously refuses to go out to like embrace freedom?
Sorry, that's what a slave is though, right? A slave is someone who wants to be a slave, who chooses to be a slave. Because it's all choice, it's all free will, right? I cannot make you do this. I cannot make you, force you to lie to yourself. You have to choose to lie to yourself. You understand? Don't think you're being coerced. Don't think you are being enslaved. You choose to come to school. You choose to be lied to. You choose to accept the things as they are. Free will is the number one principle of the universe. Okay? When you say like, I'm forced to be enslaved, you're lying to yourself. It's always been your choice. Okay, does that make sense? It's always been your choice. These prisoners, they can't break those chains. They probably could, okay? And what do you think is gonna happen when this guy who's seen the real world, when he comes and tells everyone, hey guys, I've seen the real world. Let's get out of here. What's gonna happen to him? They're gonna kill him, right? That's what Plato says. If you dare speak the truth and people know the truth, they will kill you for speaking the truth. All right? So don't try to convince anyone of the truth. Just know the truth for yourself and be free yourself. But you can never, ever convince someone who doesn't want to listen. Okay? Don't try it. They'll just kill you. Okay? Did you have a question? Does that make sense? Okay? So this is really important for you to understand. It's always been your choice. But it's easier for you to think, no, it's not my choice. I've been coerced. It's not my choice to come to school. It's not my choice to go get a job, because if I don't get a job, I'm gonna starve. No, you won't. Okay? And remember, in the real world, death doesn't really mean anything. Okay? Death just means a release. It's you tricked yourself into thinking that death is the worst thing that could happen to you. When in reality, it's slavery that's the worst thing that can happen to you. You fear death, but you are living death right now. Okay? And that's what the great books will teach you.
What was the farm, Jeanette?
The farm was a place where satanic ritual abuse happened week in and week out. It was where children and babies were raped, tortured, murdered, sacrificed, buried. Children were abducted and brought there in vanfuls. Children were held captive in underground tunnels. There were a number of barns. One of the barns was where I would be held captive. I was used for rituals a lot. So I would be shackled in this barn before being led out. Rituals there were, I think, the extreme ritual process of satanic ritual abuse. The houses, not mock-ups, probably a bit of not the best phrase to use, but they weren't as intense with how detailed they went into. So in the farm rituals, for example, I would be held captive in a barn probably for a day or even 2 days.
Can you just describe the barn? A barn is an outbuilding of a farm.
So this
size-wise,
this particular barn was I'm not very good with size-wise. I would say 15 foot long,
Right, okay.
but open-fronted.
Right.
So the front was open.
Yeah.
Other barns weren't, but this one was. So I would be held captive there before a ritual, and I would be starved. They had what was called a cleansing process, so tubes would be stuck down my throat and fluids pushed through. I would have tubes stuck up, through my bottom and flushed out. So it's like a cleansing ritual. And then I was put in the white gowns before being led out for the rituals. Next to that barn there was a little smaller outbuilding, and in there was what we used to call the electric chair, and that was a place of torture. So if you were put in that chair you were given electric shocks.
Did that happen to you?
Yeah. Every form of torture, like the electric chair, was to tell you that you must never ever speak out.
Yeah.
It was part of that.
Yeah.
In that open-fronted barn, I had the end where all my chains were, but then a bit further down there was a little doorway, in the floor that lifted up, and the grandfather, my father's father, who ran the farm.
So this is intergenerational with your...
Yes.
So your grandfather had sort of governance of this farm.
He was top dog on the farm, yeah.
He was top dog. The part of the UK, are we talking the Midlands, the South?
We're talking Surrey.
Surrey. And it's quite ironic because Surrey crops up in Audrey Harper's book. Carolyn Bramall also says that Surrey is an epicentre. And it's a wealthy area. They call it the stockbroker belt. And it's a very, very wealthy county. So you get taken to this farm which has got numerous outbuildings. Your grandfather is a Satanist as well as your father. So therefore your father would have enjoyed this, I would have thought, as a child.
I expect so.
Yeah. And then you were chained up, you were stripped, you are then flushed out with pipes, and I wouldn't have thought there'd be any anaesthetic when they did that. I thought it was done with it. And both front and both back, and then placed in white gowns.
They have been desensitizing us since we were born. And I'll give you some examples. Let's start with the big one. Let's start with words we hear all the time and never even think about. Let's start with the word entertainment. To entertain. What does that mean? To bind or hold. To bind or hold what? An audience's attention. Okay, now let's take the word Hollywood. Where does that come from? Well, Hollywood comes from the holly tree. And the ancient Druids, back in the day, used to take the holly tree, make wands to weave spells, cast spells, or channel spells. What do we have in our houses? TVs. But if you stop and you say the word television, and when you turn on that television, what do you get? What's the first thing that pops up? A list of channels. And when you turn on those channels, what's on those channels? Programming. They are programming you. They've been programming your whole life. You don't even know it. They do it with your music. They do it with your TV. They do it with your movies. They do it with your games. They have been programming us and programming you since you were little, and you don't even know it because you don't even question it.
Would I rather be feared or loved? Easy, both. I want people to be afraid of how much they love me.
Mrs. Trendsetter, whatever she do, they bite. I like take her down and then I get up out of them like a thief in the night. Pinch slip game, we still have scratches. Swiping on swiping.
We'll get somebody to clean that up. We're the ones that gotta clean that up.
Mrs. Trendsetter, whatever she do, they bite. I like take her down and then I.
If you have to say goodbye, be careful not to lose control.
It's getting pretty scary out there. World seems like a very evil place. And it is. Many people are falling into darkness. And many things about the world and its true nature are being revealed to us. That's a scary thing. That realization. And while there's not much, it seems, that we can do, there is one thing. It is for we ourselves not to fall into that darkness. Because even if they have power, if they have money, influence, eventually that's not going to matter. However things may end up going, what's most important is remaining good in the face of that evil. Continue to be true to yourself. Continue to stand by your beliefs. Continue to try your hardest. And continue to love as much as you can. That is the only way to defeat evil.
Hey, thank you, Sensei. Thank you, Sensei. Thank you. God damn it! Viva la revolution!
I can see the evil, I can tell it. I know it's illegal. I don't think about it. I deposit every little zero. Thinking of my partner, put the candy, put it on the Rico. Digging in my pocket, in a profit, big enough to feed you. Living in my logic, get another dollar just to keep you. High press. I don't talk about it, be about it. Every day a sequel. If I got it, then you know you got it. Him and I can reach you. Pet dog, my dog, that's all. Big bag and chat, I trap the bag for y'all. I rap, I black on tracks, so rest assured. My rights, my wrongs, I right till I'm right with God. When you know we've been hurt, been down before.
Next time I see you, I'll fucking light you up. I'll strike you, motherfucker.
Motherfucker, you don't.
That's my cabinet! Fuck that cabinet, bitch!
Get out of here.
Fucking napkins.
No, not the napkins. I'm not afraid to kill you. I am your worst night. You didn't let me finish.
No, you're a Jew hater.
I might go so crazy, niggas might call me Kanye West. I'm at the phase of my life where I'm cooking 300 beats. You ain't seen Kanye's best. You ain't seen Clark D turn to a Superman. Nigga, I might just be Clark Kent. Thinking about all them bins I spent. Feeling like I ain't spent shit yet. I'ma need a double R Cullinan truck where the seats go all the way down to the back. Bitch, I better be great if I want a new Ray for the rims go all the way matte. If I want a new crib, gotta put that work in. 24/7, ain't got no options. Nigga, I'm trying to be paid so my great grandkids got M's. Until then, I'm locked in. Y'all come around spreading that gossip. I ain't seen one of y'all whip no bands out. I ain't no Jit, Clark D is a man now. 100 them's gross and I got it all planned out. Never seen Drake, I was getting all fanned out. PJ Cole, I done seen this shit pan out. I don't need a single rap nigga on my line unless we talking about money. I don't need no handouts.
Is that a gang sign? Have you,
Oh, like you don't know what it is. You don't know what that is.
I have no idea.
You don't know. Jimmy Fallon doesn't know. David Letterman doesn't know.
We don't know.
All the comics and show business don't know what this is. Right? Yeah.
What is it?
Come on, Jimmy. Seriously, the time is up. People are hip to this kind of stuff. I'm here tonight to blow the lid off it, to be the whistleblower. I'm sick and tired of the secrets and the lies. It is the secret symbol of the Illuminati, and you're a part of it, and it is the all-mocking tongue.
Oh, I like it.
It's the symbol of the all-mocking tongue. And I'm sick of it. I want everybody to be in on the joke, man. You know what I mean? Like, for years now, talk show hosts, people on television, people in sitcoms have been hired by the government to throw you off the track, to distract you, to make you laugh and stuff like that, make you happy and docile so you don't know what's really going on. You know, when they get out there in the woods in a circle naked and they decide these things and, you know, and you know, look at him trying to cover it up. It's hilarious, hilarious. Because we could use a good laugh. Ha, 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 ha.
Former Prince Andrew, Donald Trump attended various parties with Jeffrey Epstein. I want to know, were there any underage girls at that party or at any party that Trump attended with Jeffrey Epstein?
This is so ridiculous, and that they are trying to deflect from all the great things Donald Trump has done. There is no evidence that Donald Trump has committed a crime. Everyone knows that. This has been the most transparent presidency. He's the one that asked that those files.
I'm going to claim my time. I got your answer. You said there's no evidence.
Trump asked
Chairman, please stop the clock.
Stop the clock. The legislation. This is
Time belongs to the gentleman from California.
Okay. I'm going to put up another document from a witness who called the FBI's National Threat Operations Center, because I believe you just lied under oath. There is ample evidence in the Epstein file.
Don't you ever accuse me of a crime.
I believe you just lied under oath, and this is all on videotape. You said there's no evidence of a crime. I'm showing you, here is a witness statement who called into the FBI's Threat Operations Center. He drove Donald Trump around in a limo. He overheard what Donald Trump said to Jeffrey on his cell phone. He was so angry, he was going to stop the limo and hurt Donald Trump. And he met a girl who said she was raped by Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein. She later had her head blown off, and officers at the scene said that could not have been suicide. No one at the Department of Justice interviewed this witness. You need to interview this witness immediately. Epstein should rot in hell, so should the men who patronized his operation. And as we sit here today, there are over 1,000 sex trafficking victims, and you have not held a single man accountable. Shame on you. If you had any decency, you would resign right after this hearing concludes.
The gentleman has expired.
This guy has Trump derangement syndrome. He needs to get, you're a failed politician. You don't get to reclaim time when you don't, when I don't answer a question the way you want.
This goes over 4 administrations. You don't have to go back to Biden. Let's go back to Obama. Let's go back to George Bush. This cover-up spans decades, and you are responsible for this portion.